There it comes. Maybe. We made it. We made it. We made it. A few technical difficulties. Don't know why. Using all the same equipment I always use, but it said I didn't have authority. But we are live. So if you are here, give me a shout out. My name is Lori Staley. I'm the Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up. And it is Monday night, March 2nd at 7:09. That took a while to get that worked out. 7:09. Normally we're live at 7. Hey, Debbie. Oh, my goodness. Yes, who knows technology? I'm like, I use this computer all the time. I use this setup all the time. I never have issues. Of course, tonight we had issues. That's the way it works, right? But anyway, we are here. We are live. We're going to make some really cute Easter cards together. I'm going to do some of the stuff I normally do. Hey, Judy. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. That's sweet. What kind of dog do you have, Judy? Hey, Deborah. Good to see you. I'm good. How are you, darling? All right. So laying in front of me, it's a brand new month, by the way. Happy March, right? We're on March 2nd, March 3rd tomorrow, right? Things happen on the 3rd. The new product of the month will be available. And if you didn't see it when I posted it, it's really cute. It's a stamp set and it's a two-step stamp set and it's really cute. So I can't wait to put my $75 product order in to get that. What else is happening tomorrow? Anything? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, maybe the new online exclusives will be launching potentially, right? Yes, some fun stuff there. I do want to address one thing, and I did put an article in about the price increase in my newsletter. If you get my newsletter, that was in there on Friday. If you didn't check it out, you might want to do that. Take the opportunity to order some things that are staples in your craft space before the prices go up. But there's also been a lot of stuff out there about the changes to our ink pads. Yes, we are making changes to our ink pads, but we have not officially been told that we can release any pictures, etc. And I know some have, and I know some demonstrators are just really excited to share the news with you. I'm a rule follower. My mother always said, I don't have to worry about you breaking the rules. Yes, I pretty much never did. But so that's why you haven't seen it from me. And you will see it from me just as soon as Stamping Up gives us the permission to release those items and more information about them. We are going to have some new in colors coming. That's exciting. With that in mind, remember, if you have some favorites in the retiring in colors, right? The Shy Shamrock, I can't even remember all the names of them right now off the top of my head. But make sure you order and especially order your re-inkers because those are one of the first things that sell out. Okay. So ink pads, re-inkers, Stampin' Blends, all of those things, cardstock are usually the things that sell out. I'm sorry, my phone's ringing and my husband's not. There we go. He got it. He knows he's on phone duty when I'm doing this. Oh, you Jack Russell Bichon. They're so cute. I have a girlfriend that has one of them. All right. So anyway, so make sure you're taking advantage and getting those early before they really start running out the door. But these are just cards for this month. And you earn this class, as you know, with a minimum $45 product order after any discounts or rewards and before shipping and tax. You can earn the class for free. If you're long distance, we mail them to you and we just ask for $5 to help cover the mailing costs. If you're local, you can do a porch pickup. If you're not available to attend the class the second Tuesday of the month at 3 p.m. here in my home in Dillsburg is where that class is held. Or you can do a $35 product order and just get the PDF if you so choose to do that. So these are the ones that we're doing this month. I love the colors in this one. Blackberry Bliss, that the pretty designer series paper, and that Forever Plaid embossing folder is one I just hope they never retire. And then I did a little of the two-tone paper and some sanding with the sunflower, as well as the new striped embossing folder. So that's fun. Love this one too. Okay. This paper comes from, and I wanted to show that to you. Now, where do you think I put that when I started trying to figure out my world falling apart with the computer not working. This paper comes from the mixed mixed patterns designer series paper, which or mixed up patterns, sorry, mixed up patterns designer series paper, which I probably would not have bought at looking at it online or even in in print, if I hadn't needed it for the paper share. And I'm so glad I bought it. So again, it's this pretty paper, and if you can't see, it has roses print on the very back there. Some of this I only have pieces left, so I can only show you pieces and parts. A really pretty light pink, and then an old olive pattern. Here's kind of a squiggly line and some wood grain and the gray tones. Here, the rest of these are all large sheets, I think. So we've got some balmy blue and that real pretty design. I love that pattern. Here's the full picture of the rose that I'm using on that one card there. And then Secret Sea, a different blue floral, I think. And then we have that. And then we have this fun, almost a wood tone with some green, right? And then just a real light polka dot pattern on the back of that. So mixed patterns is not something to be overlooked. We're going to actually use it on one of the cards we're doing tonight as well. But check that designer paper out because it's really cool. Now, the other one that's really cool, and I didn't pull that one. Let's see if I can grab it quick. Yeah, maybe I can. Look at that. Is this one. So we'll talk about this one next. So this one is called Square Snippets. And I promise you, I would never have bought this paper if it weren't for the paper share. So I'm blessed that you all enjoy the paper share and take advantage of it when I do them, because I get to see all the papers, even if I really wouldn't have bought them. But this was the half pack that was left over. And so I thought, let's see what I can do with that. And I created that fun design. So if you're not familiar with the square snippets, these are great for scrapbookers as well, because you can create a fun pattern on your page. Look at all the pretty patterns that you get in there. And let's see. Oh, I took my other ruler. Let me grab this ruler. These squares are 3 by 3. So those squares are 3 by 3. I believe you get 3 sheets of each of these different designs. So there's this, I already used one of those up. Here's the next one. And again, 3 by 3, different designs on this one. I like that notebook pattern. It's old school, right? And then this one. And this is the one that I used to design that card, as you can tell by the patterns on the card, right? But this one is, I believe, 4 by 4. So it's a little bit bigger. But great for card making, great for scrapbooking, and one that I would never have looked at. As far as the backs of these, they're very subtle, light. There's a little bit of a notebook paper design, little diamond design and some gray. This has tiny little florals on it. I think that, oh, I did have 2 of those. Okay. So there you go. So those are 2 designer papers that I would never have looked at. Maybe you wouldn't have either, but they're kind of cool. How did you miss the snippets? I don't know. It is very neat. It is very neat. And I loved the other one too. So yeah, so think about those. Okay, and then this is the last card, and I just used some of the tree die cuts from the Lovely as a Tree. So those are the 5 just cards this month that you can earn for free. You can also purchase the class outright for $20. Again, $5 postage if you're long distance. And you also receive an emailed PDF in your inbox once you have purchased and or earned the class. All right, let's talk about Easter because it's early this year, right? I think it's the 4th. Is it April 4th? It's crazy how early it is this year. So, of course, we have this cute little Easter basket bundle. I have already packaged this because I know as soon as Easter's over, this is going to go down and stay permanently at the nest because it's a really cute one. So I won't retire it, so to speak. I'll just move it to its new location. It's kind of fun having that down there because then I can always go grab them if I decide I want to make something different with them, right? Hey, Jeannie. Hi, Betty. So all the dies, fun dies, in case you're like me, I had no idea what this die was for, and just yesterday I saw somebody make a fence with it. So that's a cute idea. Not sure if that's exactly what it was meant to be, but it is a cute idea. And then the basket, we're going to play with that, the bow, all the die cuts to cut out the images that you're going to stamp. And then you have these extra little floral and other dies. Okay. So we're going to make a card that I actually did in my club last month, getting them ready for Easter. Uh-oh. Stamp off the block. The cute little bunny. We don't want to lose him. And it's a little bit of a fun fold. So it opens up like this. The only thing with this Easter set is we don't really have any inside greeting. So you might have an older set that you can pull an inside greeting for if you're using Easter basket. But I thought this was cute. And I want to talk about this paper as well, because it is a different type of paper than we've ever had in my 23, I think it's 23 years now. 24 maybe this year. Ooh, oh my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun. But it is different. It is coated, right? So it has this coating on it. It's a heavier designer paper than what we're used to. The back side is not coated. So you have the matte side and then you have the glossy, the shiny side. But it's definitely a different texture. Some people love it. Some people are crazy over it. I think it'll be great for scrapbookers. It gives you a little bit more substance of your base if you want to use that for your base and then put your photo blocks on top of it. Again, I've used a lot of it doing different projects. So I'm going to show you the pieces that I have of the different designs. That's one we saw. And then we have the plaid on the back. This guy is cute. And then I love all the Shy Shamrock. So there's one of the retiring in colors in active use, right? Peach Pie is on here. That's another one. This one you will see because I think I used this on one of the projects tonight. That's why there's a square missing there. But these are blocks that are great for scenery cards. You don't have to do any of the work. You don't have to do any brushing or blending or anything. You can just create a cute little scene on those squares. And on the back of that is some checkerboard, if you will. The Easter eggs, which I used on the thin strip, so cute. And then you have a crumb cake, almost like a pebble walkway path, right? And then some stripes, all the Easter colors, a little bit more of the crumb cake, and then the daffodils with the blue background. We have the white background, now we have the blue. And then this one has little images of bunnies, baskets, Easter eggs, carrots, etc. So that is the paper that I used on this card that we're going to do just for this strip. That's our Easter paper this year. Hey, Berna. Okay, so we're going to start with a base of soft sea foam. That's if Lori's fingers will actually work and pull everything out. And I did all the die cutting in advance. I tried to really be prepared tonight, and then technology bit me. You just can't win. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let me grab a phone folder. Oops. All right, so you can see these meet up together. You probably want to know what size that fold is, don't you? Let's see if I can find that. I rearranged my studio. I thought I really liked it. I'm not sure I do. It's harder to work in some cases. So let's go to inches instead of centimeters. 1 inch. So I scored it at 1 inch, and then I scored it at 5 1/4, and that gave us our front fold. Okay. Again, we're going to bring in that mixed pattern. And we're going to find our adhesive. That applicator works lovely, but it squeaks. I'm not sure. I've never had an applicator that squeaked before. So I'm not sure why, but it's not me squeaking. It's the applicator. You hear it. Anybody else ready for winter to be over? I know we talked about snow last week, and we got some in Dillsburg. Not a lot. But we got barely anything in Gettysburg. So that was interesting. We got all cleaned up here and went down to Gettysburg. And as we pulled in the driveway, I'm like, well, the job's easy here, man. There is nothing. Very little. And by the time we left that afternoon, the little that was there, except for the deck, God love Rick, he did shovel the deck for me, but there was nothing else that he needed to shovel or anything. So that was nice. That was a nice break for him. All right, let's grab our strips for the side. But again, we're going to get snow and ice starting tomorrow again. Not a lot. I think it'll be gone in a day, which is good because I will be traveling again back to Gettysburg. I'm going to put that flap right there, and then this will be our designer paper. And the Easter eggs are going in every direction, so it doesn't really matter what direction we put that on there. Okay. So I chose to leave my basket plain, just like it came out, but I'm sure you've probably seen online, and if you haven't, I'll tell you, we can take little thin strips of cardstock or even a wider strip of ribbon if you wanted to do that and weave it through because these are all open. So you can weave it right through there and create some lines on the basket of a different or altering color. So that's kind of cool. You're headed to Arizona tomorrow. That's fabulous. Enjoy that. That'll be great. All right, so we're going to put our, and since I started using this, now I'm using it all the time. So that's fabulous. Going to put our scallop edge on our basket. And that's going to go on the front. We're going to put our grass die cut in soft seafoam. So tying into the card base. Oh, no, this way. Yes, this is the front. I'm not used to putting glue on the front of things, are we? This is going to go in the back so that the grass shows up and through, just like that. And then I have our chocolate bunny, because who doesn't like a chocolate bunny at Easter, right? Although I remember the days, now I'll date myself here. I remember the days when our chocolate bunnies were all chocolate. They were solid chocolate. They were not partial chocolate, right? And I did mount him with dimensionals. So let me see if I have any of those handy. I'll have something we're going to use here. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. Oh, look, I have a whole, nope. Nope. All right. I should have checked my drawer, but I always have dimensionals, but not tonight. So these are leftovers from Paper Pumpkin, and we're going to use them. We're going to use them, and hopefully they're not going to show through. See, I had my scissors here a minute ago. Actually, they may work a little better than even regular dimensionals would. What do you think? Never throw out your leftovers from Paper Pumpkin or any of our kits, because you do get adhesives in. I'm not sure I've ever gotten a kit that I didn't have adhesives in, and there was always leftovers. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Does anybody get Paper Pumpkin? Or do you enjoy our kits? Let's put it that way. I saw a sneak peek. of a new product coming that's going to complement kits. I can't talk about it, but you'll see it soon. I think I can peel the backings off of dimensionals faster than I can peel backings off of the strips, but we can make it work, right? So yeah, so I will be heading to Gettysburg, probably not tomorrow. Um, back down to the Cozy Craft Nest, probably Tuesday. I'm gonna let that just float up there for the moment. Um, not tomorrow, that's Tuesday. I will probably be going down Wednesday, and I have an event down there this weekend. I have a 12-hour retreat, and we still have space. So if you happen to be watching and you're local, um, why did I take that off? I don't know. And you're local, you might want to check it out. You can see information about it on the Cozy Craftness Facebook page and join us. You just need to let me know because I need to figure out your gifts. You get gifts when you come to the retreats, plus lunch. And there's even an option to come in, make it like into a weekend and come in Thursday. No, I'm sorry, Friday evening and hang out with us. Look, that worked beautifully. That tacked that down the way we wanted it to. And now we're going to do our greeting in, I believe that's Highland Heather. Let's find out, shall we? Perennial postage die cut. Yes, it is. I'm just going to mount that to a matte layer of Highland Heather. I really want that to be centered, and it's fighting me every step of the way. Debbie, that's funny. That's funny. Carol gets them, yeah. Yes, chocolate has changed through the years, haven't it? Hollow bunnies are just wrong. I agree. Um, okay, let me come back over here. I can't read comments from where I sit. So then I get over there and I'm like, oh, let me just put this together. No, I'm not on camera. Oh, all right. Now we want to make sure this is going to help keep our flap down a little bit. So, but we don't want to put adhesive further across than halfway. So we want to make sure we keep our adhesive on this side. And then we'll do that. And the other thing that's going to help hold the left side down is we're going to put some of the antique pearls on. I truthfully, guys, do not know if these are still current. I think they were when I pulled them for club, but they may be gone. I'm not sure. So let's grab either our scissors or our take your pick tool. And we're going to use a couple different sizes. We've got a big one right there in the center of the bow. And I'm not sure I have any big ones left, so we're going to go with this. I think this might be big. Yes, it is. Excuse me. Yes, it is. And then we're going to come in here and yeah, those are all large. So let's grab some of these. And we're just going to add them to the scallops. Now, I think I grabbed the little for this one, which is fine. And I think we used the medium in club. But either one is cute and works. So if you don't have these or they're no longer available, you can absolutely use some other gem that you have, or you can leave it blank. You don't have to do it at all. One more. They're contrary. There we go. All right, then on the inside, we're going to have layers of Highland Heather. As our mat. Okay. And then our basic white, we are going to stamp our bunny. We're going to do him in we could do him in early espresso. Let's do him in early espresso. And we're going to put him right down here in the corner. And again, write your greeting, or if you have old Easter greetings around that would work for the inside with the Easter's on its way greeting, you can absolutely add that to the inside. Isn't that cute? And I like that fun fold too. That's a neat fun fold. All right, so that is our first Easter project. I'm just going to move some things out of the way so we can pull out the next one. Oh, good. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for being my right hand while I'm live. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I love that little basket. That is so cute. And I think there's things you could do with that after Easter just by using the basket portion itself. So the other stamp set that has something Eastery in it is seasonal celebrations. And we have our little Easter bunny. I'm all hung up over here and I'm trying to figure out why. Things are not sliding the way they're supposed to. And the little face that goes with the Easter bunny. So we're going to use that and create this card. And we're going to use the Easter gems that are new. These are the Easter assortments. We've got the little pink eggs down here with the pattern. We've got the balmy blue, which we're going to use for our blue bunny card. And then there's also lemon lolly on there. Okay. And how about these? Don't you love these die cuts? They look great in either orientation. And if you haven't seen them, they are from the Beautifully Celebrated dies. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes, and it coordinates with the Beautifully Celebrated stamp set. So this is a good, I always look at these with these large greetings in. I think that's great. This calls for a celebration. What a great title for a page in your scrapbook, or a day to remember, also a great title. And then just really some basic accent type stamps to go with, right? All right, and we're using the reverse side of the daffodil and Easter egg pattern. So we're not using the glossy side this time, but we're using the matte side. Oh, shoot. And I was worried when I went to put adhesive on this. I'm like, oh, is it just going to kind of slip and slide? Nope, it goes on beautifully. So you don't have to worry about your adhesive not sticking. There should be a layer of basic white. There is. Just going to mat that. Give it a good rub down. And then put this on the front flap. After I got done making this card, I have a friend that has a granddaughter and a grandson. And I thought, ooh. And I happen to know, just from another situation, I happen to know his granddaughter's favorite color. So I made a girl Easter bunny card and sent him pictures and said, would your grandkids like these for Easter? So I have a set for him. Hopefully I get to see him before Easter to give them to him. Otherwise I'll have to mail them. Not a big deal. All right. So balmy blue, picking up the balmy blue in here. And then our layer that's going to be our focal image. We are going to use crumb cake. Just as soon as Lori can see that far. and realizes there. So my crumb cake, does that look like crumb cake to you? Not to me, but that's how it has faded out. It's more green. But that's what we're going to use for our bunny. I want to see if I have a foam pad here because it's a fairly solid stamp and I don't want to bring that in here. I don't want to get a partial image. And I'm actually going to take my stamp pad to the stamp instead of the other way around, hoping that, yes, I'm going to have to restamp that, but I don't know what that was on there. And I'm sure that would have given us a blob of some sort, right? All right, so I'm going to stamp him in here. I have to say, I go to this seasonal celebration stamp set a lot. I used it a lot for Valentine's Day. Now I'm using it for Easter. It's a great image. Um, we've got a graduation cap with tassel. I my whole retreat coming up. I use this for a lot of the table gifts. And then we're going to have a daffodil for spring. We've got some stars and some confetti. So it is a really good set for to get you through a lot of different holidays, right? All right, let me find the bunny face because I did not mount him yet. And I got him. I got him. And I did him. I think I did him in early espresso too. So we're going to grab that ink pad again. And cute little face. And then I'm going to grab Pretty in Pink, which of course is another one of our retiring in colors. And here's my trick for you. And you've probably seen me do this before. If you followed me for a while, I've definitely done this before. I am hoping that that is still a good eraser. It's just a pencil. It's a number 2 pencil with an eraser on it. I pounce it up and down. And I know this is a boy card, but you know what? He still gets little cheeks. A little blush on his cheeks. There we go. That's how you do that. And that pink will fade a little bit as it did on the original card. But now he has this cute little blush on his cheeks. I can get rid of the foam pad. Mount these 2 layers together. I love these layering dies. And this will be something that stays in my arsenal, even if our coordinating stamp set retires. All right, let's go ahead. Again, adhesive just on the left side. I'm going to bring that over. I'm lining up on the scallop so that I'm somewhat even. Now, I don't have the Happy Easter here. That is from another set. Its name just flew right out of my head. It's the one with all the words in it. Oh, shoot. Let me grab it. It should be right behind me. We'll see if I'm that lucky. It is. Reason to celebrate. Reason to celebrate. We're going to grab the balmy blue ink. Bring that in. Although I don't think that's what this is from now that I look at it. No, it's from the Easter basket. Never mind. Yeah, I was worried I didn't have it and I had it all the time. It's been one of those days. Technology's been fighting me. I can no longer text my brother, who is my website master. So that makes for a fun time. And yeah, it's just been a day with the technology in my world. So I told my husband, I asked him to text him for me tonight while I was doing this because I need to take something down off the website. All right, we're going to put this right here. You could add a decoration in there, but you definitely want to make sure that you've got it going across the longest part or keep it further to the left so that it's hidden behind your front accent flap. And then we'll use some of the balmy blue just as little accents. And somewhere on this table, because I saw it come out, is the bow. There it is. This is actually Misty Moonlight, but I thought it just went perfectly with the balmy blue, brings the color down a little bit, makes it a little more masculine. So yeah, I thought that was cute. That's one of our newer ribbons. We've got our glue dots right here, so we're going to go ahead and pop that onto the glue dot and then pop the bow onto our bunny. Quick and easy part. What do you think? I like that one a lot. All right, moving on to number 3. These are going quick. That aside. Here I used one of those panels, which is why one panel was missing from each of those 2 sheets out of the pack of paper, and I made a little grassy knoll, if you will, that the bunny is sitting in. So we have Pretty in Pink. Again, that's one of the retiring in colors. Shy Shamrock. I think they planned the designer paper to help use up some of the cardstock. What do you think? And then our layer from the Easter designer paper. So this is what's going to take the most time. So I'm trying to remember what size this circle was. This circle was sure. Gotta move it out of the light because I can't read it. Looks like 2¼ inch circle that I used. And I wanted to make sure it was going to fit down into the circular bottom of that design. But we're going to start up here and we're going to layer our grass cuts, if you will. And I'm going to try doing it differently than I did it when I designed it. We're just going to put some liquid glue all over this and see if we can make this work. So this is going to be our first layer. You're going to work from the top to the bottom if you decide you want to do this. Second layer. Make sure there's not a big gap between them. Third layer. Fourth. I'm counting so we know how many we need. Because I think I cut a couple extra just so I wouldn't not have enough. Fifth. We could almost do it with 6. But I think we're going to need one more. And I'm not going to get the liquid glue out. I'm just going to do it with the seal. Oops. And pop that down here. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to cut it with the curve. This will be easier for you because you'll be able to see it. I truthfully can't see it, so we're just gonna do the best we can. Okay. So I did cut to, what did we have? 6 or 7 on there, right? If you spread them a little further down, you'll be okay. All right, so let's put this down. Then we're gonna grab our bunnies and our eggs, and I did stamp and color them. So I just stamped the bunny in Memento and added a little bit of the pretty in pink for his ears and his nose. We're gonna lay some adhesive here. So he's gonna sit there. And then I've got 2 Easter eggs. And we're gonna pop one there. And one there. And however you want to put them in there is fine. Doesn't matter. And we're going to pop this down here. This should be a little more rounded. I'm going to give it a shot. There we go. That's better. Pop that right there. And then we're going to go right back and use that Easter's on its way, but we're going to do it in a different color. And we're just going to do this one in Memento, since we did the bunny in Memento. You could do it in Shy Shamrock. You could do it in whatever color you like. Mount that to a layer of the pretty and plain cardstock. Oh, look, there's a couple of dimensionals in that tote. So we're going to use them. Okay. Easter's on its way. Hopefully that's straight. And then on the inside, I stamped the little carrot in Memento. So I'm going to do that before I mat this piece. Okay. And let's try, let's see what Timid Tiger looks like. I think it was Timid Tiger that I used. We're about to find out. Oh, yes. If you want to get fancy, you can do a little shading. So it looks like it's just a little lighter in the center. And then I know I used Shy Shamrock for the greens at the top of the carrot, just to tie everything together. Again, I leave it blank for you to put your own reading in. And this is going to go on the inside of our card. And there we go. That's project number 3. Can you believe that? Not too bad considering we got a late start, right? Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thanks, Berta. Hey, Carol Zezer. So yeah, so there is project number 3. We started with this one. So I don't know if these will both stay in camera or not. And then we have our little Easter bunny for the boys. And then we have our fun fold, right? For the girls. So, which one was your favorite? Two of them used Easter basket and one used the seasonal celebration stamp set. Oh, thank you. I had fun. I don't know who I'm going to send these cards to because I don't have any little ones anymore. But one of them will go to my nephew and his fiance, I'm sure. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Yes, thumbs up are appreciated. Follows if you're not following me. You like the middle one? You like the boy one? All right, Carol, that's cool. The blue bunny, awesome. Third one is the favorite, the middle one, but they're all very cute. Awesome. All right, good. Well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Sorry about the technical issues at the beginning that delayed me getting on here with you, but I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me for the evening. If you are going to get bad weather tomorrow, stay safe, stay warm. It's still freezing cold here, but it's going to be 73 on Saturday. Somebody help me understand our weather in Pennsylvania, but that is Pennsylvania weather for sure. And I'll never complain about 73 degrees. And I'll be back next Monday night with something new. Watch my Facebook page that day because I'm going to do a fun fold, but I'm going to invite you to bring your supplies and do it along with me because it's one that, for me at least, I had to do it a couple of times till I got it. I'm like, okay, now I got that down. I got it. So watch the Facebook page. I'll be putting up information on what to bring with you to the live. All right. Have a great rest of your evening and a super week. And I will see you next Monday. Thanks, everyone. Bye.